We're here to talk about sex. What? Growing up, we didn't talk about sex. Or when it came on TV, it was like, close your eyes.
Or a woman talking about sex. Oh my gosh.
Let's tune in to Kelly and Sophia and talk about sex. I can't wait. See you soon. Welcome back.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to Blue Chair Combos.
Let the blue
Make you true. I'm your host, Sophia.
And I'm your co-host, Kelly. Make sure you go to our YouTube page and like our page, Blue Chair Combos. Ring the bell so you'll get notifications. And also, feel free to comment and ask questions. We also have a Facebook page, Blue Chair Combos. Please go like our page, forward it to your friends, ask any questions, make any comments that you would like. We would love to engage with you.
Exactly. And, I can't wait to talk about this subject today. You know what that is, Kelly? Audience is curious, aren't they?
Sex. Who get my smelling salts, Miss Melly? SEX. We're talking about, is sex important to you in your relationship?
Yes. How important is it for everybody across the board? We all know that it's not the same across the board because there are so many relationships that possibly like it and enjoy it and others tend not to. So you know what, Kelly? We're going to take it nice and slow. Because you know what? I love this subject, y'all. But everybody can't talk about it. Why is that, Kelly?
I think really in our society, I think that women have been reared to think that we can't freely talk about sex. I think that we have been taught that the men are supposed to be the aggressors and it's all about what they like and what they want. So I think that we don't talk about that enough.
Nope. And even like everyday conversations with my friends, girlfriends, we sit around. Ooh, you do that? Is their response. I can't believe that. What? Why is that a problem? Is it something that you're insecure? I ain't gonna say insecure. Haven't explored, and so it's disgusting to you, and it really isn't. So part of intimacy is exploring each other. Exploring each other to know what you enjoy and like doing that sex time. And is it sex? Some people believe it's not just sex. Is it passionate love making?
I think it depends upon the relationship. And I think building on what we've talked about in previous episodes, I think being able to have that conversation with your partner is being real with yourself, being your organic self and knowing what you like and what you don't like. And I think expressing yourself to that person. Some people aren't comfortable doing that.
Right.
But I think in order to have a successful, intimate relationship with someone, you have to be able to do that. So that's why I think sometimes people think, is it love making? Is it just sex? Is it, what is it? I think it depends on the relationship and the type of communication you have with that person.
Right. Well, for me and you, we are in different boats. We're in different boats. You're in a relationship where I'm still single. Do you think that it's possible that a single person versus someone in a relationship have different ways of expressing themselves during a intimate moment?
Absolutely. I believe that some people believe that when you're single and dating and whoever you're being intimate with, that sex is wild and free and fun. And some people think that when you get married, that stops. I do couples counseling a lot in my practice, and I see that couples come in on different ends of the spectrum as far as sex is concerned. Some people think they're not getting it enough. Some people think, maybe it's too much. Some people are saying, I like this, and some people are saying, I don't like this. And I think the very basics of it is, I think that we don't have those conversations in the beginning. I'm not promoting premarital sex. Do not think that's what I'm saying, but let's just be real. People are doing it. I think that people don't have that conversation up front about how many times that they expect to have sex a week, what they expect that to look like, and I think they think the status quo. We've been doing it this way. This is what we're going to continue to do. Once you get into the relationship, but you got to keep it fiery.
Right.
You got to keep it spicy. You got to change it up and do different things. So I absolutely think that people think that single sex and married sex are two different things.
Actually, I have a scenario about that. I'm talking to this guy who believes that, because we've had this conversation, because we got to that level. We've been talking a couple of years. In the beginning, no, we wasn't talking about those things, and but I really was interested in him. This is how the conversation came up, and it escalated to where he asked me. No, he made a statement saying, when you get married, basically sex stops. And I said, why do you believe that? Actually, those are Bible believers. Let's get down to it. Bible believers, actually, you have freedom in your marriage when you are married. So I don't understand what he was meaning like it stops. Well, maybe he's encountered some situations or personal stories that has been told to him about other people's marriages that made him think that marriage ceases sex or intimate related parts. But as for some people, there's situations that cause those, don't you think, Kelly?
Absolutely. And I do agree. I hear that myth a lot, that once you get married, the sex stops. Especially you hear men saying that the women are withholding and different things. And I don't really think that's it. I think it's that people get complacent. Kids start coming along. You get complacent with going to work all day, coming home, cooking dinner, paying bills, taking care of the kids. Intimacy falls to the wayside. I think that people forget to be intimate partners, and they just become partners in in bills, and partners in parenting and those types of things. So absolutely sex will stop. But here again, going back to the conversation we had before about communication, and expressing yourself and being real with you. If you are in a relationship and you look up and you ain't had sex in 2 weeks, say something.
Say something.
Say something. Man, woman, whoever, say something, because that your partner may have been just going through life with you and not realize it's been that long.
Right.
And if you have that desire and that want, don't lay in that bed and wait on them to make the first move.
Right. Exactly.
And I think that's what happens too. I think especially for women, and I'll speak from a woman's perspective, I was raised old school and raised to believe that men are the aggressors and they make the first move.
Yes.
So in my first marriage, I've been married before, but I was very young and had no idea what I was doing. In my first marriage, I was not the aggressor when it came to sex. I did not initiate sex. I would lay in that bed and want sex and wait on him to realize that I wanted it.
Right.
Now, in my relationship I'm in now, I don't do that because I realize that men want to feel wanted too.
Exactly.
You know, and we as women, sometimes I think we wait on the man to make us feel wanted and to do those things. Right. But men want to feel wanted too.
They sure do.
So if you want to have sex, you're feeling frisky, make the first move.
I definitely do. I enjoy it. And I love him when he groans and moans and all those special things that he does. You know, why not? I like to moan and groan, and I'm pretty sure that is just the part of, ooh, I did that. You know, like that connection helped. Like it is just a part of romance that evolves. It just keeps growing, and then you learn where his stimulation is. He learns your stimulation. And then you were like, okay, let's take it a little deeper. And then, like, can I be honest? Foreplay. How important is that, right? Let me tell you a little story.
Oh gosh.
Well, I went on a little adventure with some friends. I won't call no names. They know who they are if they see this video. But I took a fellatio class.
Oh wow.
And there is a such thing, ladies.
Okay. My team.
And you know what? I learned so much. I'm telling you guys. I learned so much about the penis itself. The things that will make a man erect. I won't say the other word. Erect. I'm going to be professional. Erect to where it is amazing. Like, it was just a fun event. But now don't get me wrong. Don't make it think that it was really odd and weird at the beginning, but when she, as the instructor instructed us on things to do, that was awesome. You know, ladies, look it up if you're interested. I hope to promote her. I can't remember her name or her information, but look it up. You know, me too. It would be, But
Well, let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Oh Lord, she's gonna be devil's advocate. Okay.
When you ask me the question about a difference between single and married sex, okay, devil's advocate.
Ooh,
because I'm about to get married in November.
Congratulations.
It probably should be a difference between single and married.
See,
sex.
that's it. That will be.
Let me play devil's advocate. It should be a difference between single and married sex because I feel that when you get married, you grow in love. I think you're in love and you're having all the butterflies and the zazazoo, as I call it, on the day that you get married. But I think that love should be deeper and better 2 years to the day. You know what I mean? So I think you grow in love, and in turn, you should grow in intimacy as well. I believe that you, as time goes by, you would open yourself up more to your partner, explore different things, and it can put you in a different position to where you can be that open with them. So I do think the sex would be different on a deeper level,
right?
As far as being married is concerned, because I know for me, in my relationship that I'm in now, he's opened me up a lot in that area. He's opened me up sexually, and not just thinking about the physical aspect of it, but the connection that we have. I feel like I'm able to give more of myself to him and feel things on a different level because we are connected. We are firing on all cylinders, as I call it, and because of the connection that we have, foreplay is very important. I believe that, but sometimes with just the way he holds my hand, or the kiss that he gave me, or the look that he gave me, or rubbing my back or my arm, can get me in the mood because we're connected on that level. And I'm hoping, and my hope is that when we do get married and take that next step and grow more in love, that connection gets deeper. You know what I mean?
Right. And over time, the connection also gets stronger because, like you said, as you grow, the connection will grow stronger, that you find a deeper intimacy along with your partner. And when you're in that bedroom with your partner, I don't know, there may be some people that may explore outside the bedroom. However you do it, it's great. But when you're in the bedroom and you're with your partner and it's just you and him, that also is just a moment of intimacy. Like you can be conversing together about different things, and then you might turn over and it'd be the end of your night, just where you in the love making, as I call it. I believe women want love making versus just sex.
Right.
Sex is, to me, is just, if you don't have that intimate partner that you're trying to grow with, it kind of disconnects the feeling of being loved because you don't know where you're moving towards. So I just think that sex is a great part of a relationship. And how important is it to some relationships? It depends on the person, of course.
Absolutely. But in my opinion, I believe sex is extremely important in a relationship. If I think where people say that it's not, I don't think that's true. I don't think it's all to a relationship, because it might come a point in life when you're married and you get older, body changes, and things change. It depends upon the person might not be able to perform in that way. That doesn't mean that you can't still be intimate, because I want to make that clear too. I've been using the word intimacy a lot, and intimacy is not just about sex.
Exactly.
And so I want to make that clear. But I think that it's an important part of a relationship, but I think as you grow in love and grow in the intimacy of it, if it comes a time where neither one of you can perform in that way, there are other things that you can do that take the place of that, and it's still intimate.
Exactly. Do you think wearing intimate apparel is important?
I think it depends on the person. I know in my first marriage, it was extremely important. In my relationship that I'm in now, not so much. He doesn't care about things like that. I've tried to, introduce those things, and he could care less.
He could care less.
Oh, careless.
Well, I try to do it any kind of time I can. I actually go to the intimate apparel section and just pick out something because for me, I want to be sexy for my mate.
Right.
And wearing that apparel for me makes me confident. That now that I picked up a little weight, I just like a little something to help boost my ego, to make me feel pretty sometimes, and not feel like this little hump. He loves the humps and all that, but I like to be more like, let me appear to be more for my mate, because I like to dress up. I like to put on the heels. I like to be sexy, and sometimes I try to learn how to do dance with partition.
You
Please.
are partition, please.
Partition me, please.
But I definitely think it's an individualized thing. Like I said, in my first marriage, it was very, very important, and I think it was too important. I think it got to the point, to, in my opinion, sometimes that I'm like, God, I got to do all this just for us to, you know. But on the flip side, now it's not important at all. When sometimes I want that, and I don't know if it's because it's just what I was accustomed to, and I
Mm-hmm.
think it needs to be a part of it. But he couldn't care less about that.
Right.
But I think sexy means different things to different people,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, what about the insight about how each of you build to that level? Like what I mean is, I just forgot my thought, y'all. But it was under the terms of, like, I just forget it. I don't remember. I
Okay,
can't remember.
okay.
That's sad.
I don't know where you were going with that,
But
but
something you triggered, something you just said that triggered me to think of. I can't remember.
I talked about how sometimes I felt like it was too important, and then now it's not as important as something. Sometimes I feel like I need, and do I need it just because that's what I'm accustomed to, or is it really something that needs to happen in our intimacy?
Does it need to happen? Need means, ooh, that's need. It's a
I don't
really
think it
strong
needs to
word.
happen, but like I said, I don't know what that desire is for me to still want to dress up sometimes.
Oh, gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because that's what I'm accustomed to in the past, or if it's ingrained in me now that it needs to happen. Because he couldn't care less at this point
Right.
with this.
Right. But what about pleasure devices?
That ain't my thing.
That's not mine either.
I
I
ain't into
definitely,
that.
I just, I'm old fashioned, whatever that is to people these days.
Yeah.
Everybody has their old fashioned way of doing things.
Yeah, I ain't never been into that. I ain't never been into that type of thing.
No, we ain't no 50 Shade Grades, as you said.
No, 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 no.
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 We ain't doing
can
no
be
belt.
with nothing. You ain't tying me up. You ain't doing none of that.
No,
type of
no,
stuff.
no, cuffs.
No, 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 no.
I need to be free.
But I definitely think like I said, I think you definitely need to keep it spicy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think everything depends upon the individual, and you know, and what that person wants and what they find appealing and gets them in the mood.
Right. And so the takeaway from this about sex: be open, be honest, be truthful, always. Explore each other in a relationship. Now, I don't know what levels of relationship you all are in, but have those conversations so that each of you know where you want to explore together. Um, some things, we didn't even talk about hotspots. Hotspots, we touched on it, but hotspots are sometimes important to some people. And just like you said, your hand touch, that could be a hot spot for you,
Right.
or kissing on the shoulder, things like that. I love the neck, honestly. There's some other parts, but we won't discuss that. Anyway.
I want to say this though: if you don't know what those spots are for you, there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that comes here again with the partner that you have, the communication that you have with that partner, the way you express yourself with them, or the ability that you have to express yourself with them about what you like and don't like. And here again, I think keeping it real with you, because sometimes it takes you a while to get there. Like for me, with my partner that I have now, he's opened me up so much to different things. So I've discovered different parts of my body and different feelings that I have because of him.
Exactly.
That I didn't know before.
Right. And that's what you want in a relationship. Someone that can explore, build that connection, and you want that connection just to be from there's levels. Really, it is truly levels. Like, you started the baby steps, and then you grow, and then you grow, and you grow. As like she said, love grows, and it takes you to new adventures. And that's what you want to do in your relationship. Sex is part of that relationship. It builds you and your partner together. And that's sometimes maybe the glue to your relationship for some relationships, and it may not be the glue to your relationship. Sometimes having communication entices you all, but part of the relationship is sex. That shows, for some people, love, and there's different love languages, of course. That's a different subject, but
I think the takeaway from me for this conversation, why I felt it was important to have, I feel very vulnerable right now to you guys, and I feel like it was very raw. We could go on all day, and we will touch on this subject again later on in some future episodes. But I think the takeaway that I wanted people to have is sex is not a dirty word. It's not persona non grata. We're all doing it. And I think that for ladies, you should be very open and honest about what you like and what you don't like, and feel comfortable having that conversation with your partners. For men, I think the same thing. Be very open and honest about what you like, what you don't like, and being able, and don't be afraid to ask a woman what she likes and what she doesn't like. If you're doing something that she's not responding to, it's no slight against you. It just might not be what her body wants. So don't be afraid to have these conversations. So that's my takeaway. Have these conversations. It's not a dirty word.
Yes. Love it.
All right, guys.
Sex therapy tonight, Sex therapy.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, follow us on Facebook under Blue Chair Combos. Like our YouTube station, Blue Chair Combos. Ring the bell so you get notifications of our videos. Feel free to comment and ask questions. We would love to engage with you guys. We want your feedback. Please let us know what you think.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, blue_chair. Oh, the timer, shoot. Girl, it's the work. Do you want the timer or just go?
We need the timer because we would just go.